Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Today, Gary Gensler appeared before Congress again, and he was just as evasive as ever. And as we can see, he was bragging about the authority he claims to have to regulate cryptocurrencies. But you probably picked up on what he left out. Why didn't he address the Ripple case, which involved the secondary market sale or exchange of XRP? Well, that certainly falls outside of his purview. And he keeps seeking to seize control of the secondary market by any means necessary. And I believe it's great that courts are starting to do something about it. Now, I believe that many people in this area suffer from short-term memory loss. People have forgotten how much John Deaton did for this country. In his recent live stream, he discusses this incident, saying, "Look, when he was in this library case, he was talking to the judge. He clarified that the selling of library tokens does not qualify as a security offering. And the learned judge remarked in open court, you know what? Only one library really sells library coins, so you're right that we're not talking about a secondary market for them." And we all know that just having that on record made a difference. However, in the Ripple case, it was used as evidence in Judge Torres's summary judgment. Be honest with yourself. Many individuals are saying, "Oh, he made no difference. He made a huge impression." That's important to keep in mind. Gary Gensler has refused to send over SEC information to the House leadership, who are threatening to subpoena the agency. Unfortunately, they don't have much sway over things here. When will they act? The guy basically just walks out there and refuses to answer questions, laughing at the people that ask him. They are powerless to oust him as SEC chairman. Cutting the agency's budget is an option, but doing so would threaten confidence in the financial markets, and no politician would risk such a backlash. So, until a new administration is in place, you're kind of stuck with the guy. And the Biden administration is providing him with extensive cover. First, not even the president has the power to dismiss them. He might sue them if he wanted to. Even if it would never happen in practice, if they tried to get rid of him. However, the truth is that he is merely carrying out the present administration's plan for regulating cryptocurrencies. The government is hostile to cryptography. So, he will be shielded from harm to a considerable extent. He's just doing what he's told like the rest of us, but Digital Asset News recently asked whether Chairman Gary Gensler was gaining ground, and it looks like he is. At least to an extent, Gensler has the potential to bring us a great deal of grief. And even if Congress and the Senate wanted to, they wouldn't be able to do much about it. It's true that he has a chance of winning, at least on some level, but he's losing because the courts are saying, "Look, you can't do this." If he had prevailed against Ripple, the broader crypto market wouldn't be in as much peril as it is now, because he would have the support of the courts going forward and would be able to cause us a lot of trouble. Furthermore, I believe that the Ripple decision severely limited his capacity to significantly impact the cryptocurrency industry as a whole. But he's quite influential and can file lengthy lawsuits against whomever he wants. It has a significant impact on the development of this sector. But I think that covers it. Therefore, he still holds sway and can count on a measure of success. But make no mistake, after Ripple's victory in court, he lost significant influence. And he easily could have caused significant harm. If he had prevailed in court, for sure. Breakfast of champions, green eggs and ham sam, I'm putting you up to the following Ripple. Did XRP blow a chance when it abandoned international transaction processing? According to a recent Fortune article, MoneyGram has introduced non-custodial wallets that can store both USDC and cryptocurrency. As a result, the coins are reliable. They are probably working on the Stellar Lumens blockchain. And I don't think Ripple or XRP missed anything, so that's exciting. However, he does raise an interesting point. Construction is beginning to take place using stable currency. What we hope to accomplish with cryptocurrencies like XRP, Bitcoin, and even Ethereum. Well, sending some of those payments may not be the best idea. Stable currencies may be more practical. We now understand that there are dangers involved because we are depending on another party to maintain those steady coins. On the other hand, there is a parallel to volatility risk. 3 seconds is all that's allotted. If you're accepting payments in real time, you've just drastically reduced your risk. Many transactions, I believe, will eventually use stable currency. Does that rule out the need for crypto, though? No, we need that unchangeable, non-debasable asset. I too believe XRP is a worthwhile asset that will find use in the payments industry. As a form of value in the emerging global economy, I believe it will find its niche. I have faith that XRP will be successful. However, we are still exploring this and figuring out where the stable coins function best. When is cryptography necessary? And this is merely the beginning of things to come. We saw with MoneyGram that some of what Ripple was attempting to accomplish wasn't functioning and was quite expensive. Their new focus is on making payments to small and medium-sized enterprises. They'll keep tweaking and improving things. However, they stand out as an industry pioneer in the realm of payments. We're still learning that, and I think that's all we're seeing them do, so there will be a lot of participants, and we'll all have to work through this to determine the best application for crypto. As far as I'm aware, it's important to mention this. Many of you are probably holding your breath for some sort of monumental news. Perhaps Brad and Ripple have something up their sleeves. The headline "Ripple's NYC event is set to unveil significant announcement" makes it sound likely, but I don't think we should definitely expect it. I don't think there will be any sort of announcement anytime soon, and I may have missed anything because I'm not as on top of things as I usually am right now. In my opinion, it's just a party to mark the occasion of a significant win over a dictatorial government agency. And to me, that seems to be the whole story. And that's as good a cause as any to get together and have a good time. I really want to visit there. I'm hoping people will keep me updated on Twitter and let me know what's happening. I prefer to maintain my position of dominance. I must, however, go to work. But I don't think, at least from what I've heard, there's any planned announcement. I think it's just a big party, smack dab in the middle of awful Gary Gensler polka dot architecture. I shared this on Twitter. Perhaps you'd find it interesting if you're like that sort of stuff. Nonetheless, this is a major step in the creation of a roadmap. And right now, they're trying to enormously scale this blockchain up to 1,000 parachains. I believe we're now at around 100. However, they intend to expand this beyond only payments to enable quick, inexpensive, and scalable transactions. That being the case, I believe it is significant to note. How Ethereum compares to the rest of the proof-of-stake environment is something else I discussed today on Twitter. Everyone seems to be scrambling to run validators in order to get a piece of the Ethereum stake that yields. I estimate that the current yield is at around 3.5%, and it's falling as more individuals join the fray. Interesting, though, because I anticipate that more established entities and large sums of money will soon begin investing in this endeavor. It's not simple, and you'll need roughly $50,000 to get started. However, regular compensation is possible with proper execution. There will soon be a bottom, even though it is decreasing. Staking all of Ethereum would result in a yield of around 1.4%, I estimate, and we will eventually get there. What's more, I believe it's crucial to note that once this becomes the norm, users will migrate to other proof-of-stake networks. That means this area will expand rapidly. When looking at the average yearly change in supply chains starting in January 2021, this chart is quite fascinating. As a deflationary currency, it's easy to see why Ethereum is so widely used. ADA is great as well, and you can tell by looking at the tiny graph, which is essentially just a taste of the theory of supply-side growth. Also, I don't see a problem with that. However, observing a VAX atom for most uses in Solana, an expanding supply is tolerable. Nevertheless, this is fatal when it comes to Ethereum and ADA. Those are some outstanding statistics. Naturally, Flare and other items are going to be addressed in next videos, so stay tuned for that. Finally, I'd want to show that as of June, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco, the total amount of excess savings in the economy was less than $190 billion. We've used up much of the cash we hoarded when they were helicoptering in money from abroad. Unfortunately, that hidden treasure of surplus savings has probably already been spent. To be precise, Q3 of 2023. It's gone, people. We might be in for some serious problems now. If nothing is done about interest rates, next year might be disastrous. Refinancing corporate debt at current interest rates is essential. We're in a crisis, particularly in the commercial real estate market, and it's going to throw a lot of people out of business. This world is in shambles. Eventually, I think we'll see some downward volatility. That's probably going to be the tipping point where they decide to start reducing that rate. So, prepare yourself. It's possible we won't, in which case we'll be off to the races. This is why I have stayed committed to my core holdings, although it pays to have a cash reserve. If you don't have any chips, you can't buy any dips. At some point, I believe we will be able to obtain them. If not, then I'm prepared to travel to outer space. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. Finally, as always, I'd appreciate a like and a subscription. See you later, bye.